interesting one. Actually, I did actually went and re-researched the thing on the Black Panther Party with the ice. Yeah, I posted a picture with the standoff with the new Black Panther Party and ice in Philly, and I also posted Huey P. Newton's son. So there's a lot of backstories to it, and what I like about Huey P. Newton's son is that he gives the backstory of it. Now, what he's describing to me is what I know of the Black Panther Party, that they know the law and all that, and all the beginning in Oakland. So it really refreshed my mind to what they are about, and all that. So I have put up Huey P. Newton's son talking, and I know sometimes, like, you cannot always judge from the internet, the work, but it is interesting to hear of them quoting the laws and the rights to ICE. And I like how Huey explains how they learn the law and all this, so they know their rights. Which I will think for when they get when they get taken by the police, etc., etc., and they are able to stand and carry. Um, I feel that um in this time there's a lot of things that's going to come out or kind of come a surface, and some people, like, once again, I'm going to say some people's going to agree and some people's going to disagree. um from what I know of American history, there was a lot of stuff that was going on, and there were certain organizations that came out and was defending the people, some politically, military wise and stuff, and helping people to come to know of themselves and stuff like that. So I'm not really gonna say yeah, nay, because I know if I take a stance on certain things, people will disagree with my stance or whatever. But I don't want to let people assume in um sometimes when things happen, you are left to refresh and see where you stand on a whole, as a person, as a human being, with your human rights. And right now, all the human rights seems to be getting taken, whether it's in Venezuela, Trinidad, Americas, however. So I'm hoping, if I haven't done a live next week or done one of my random pull-ups and done explanations to certain stuff, I also like when people interact in the chat, because then I like, there's not just me voicing my opinion, then I hear other opinions. Being that I've come from the conscious movement from before, I have an understanding of what's going on and certain levels, and it does feel like it's come to the crunch of certain stuff. Um, I've already referenced to civil war. Hopefully, it ain't gonna come down to that. Hopefully, I hope, fingers crossed, because right now Greenland is being looked at as a place for taking over. There's a lot of I would say political unrest, however, but the way how ICE is moving is kind of detrimental to people. Um, where they're taking children, separating children. Now, I don't know whether people remember the time when the picture came out, when before Trump was in power, where they put was it the Mexicans or was it the South Americans in cages? The children was in cages, the adults was in separate cages. It was something horrible. So, um, like I said, it's a heated time. It's a weird time. It's really weird. Um, Political stands will be taken on a lot of levels, as well, and I don't know. I don't know. That's all I can say. I know I'll go come back and do a proper screen thing and have a chat. You know what I mean? I still got to finish covering Honduras and Venezuela, where Trinidad is concerned, because that is very important. Um, to me, it's important to me, and I do see there's a lot of things going on. I don't like talking about politics on our level because everybody has their sides and where they stand, disagreements, agreements. Um, there's such a thing that was said, which is a sus law to everybody. The one thing you don't talk about is religion, politics, and something else, right? I think I'm money. I think it is. So, well, it's a very old saying. So, it's one of those ones where like people, when you're looking out and what's going on in the world, particularly in the Americas, over here as well, because there's stuff going on over here, you be like, wow, like, I was not that I'm. Sometimes I don't be surprised, and sometimes I'm surprised. Put it that way. Sometimes I'm surprised, sometimes I'm not surprised because in the 90s a lot of things was predicted, and some of the things is happening. I used to listen to certain people on the YouTube, and they used to have what is called downloads and all that, and they will say certain stuff. Now, I do believe that this is one prediction I do remember that was being told on the YouTube, where certain things will happen politically, and that's when the waking giants, as they are called, will come out and won't be playing. And it's going to get to the crunch at one level. Now, it's down to the people on a whole. Yes, sometimes they say to love your enemy as whatever, so they say in the Bible, whatever, biblically. But in a world where like everything's against certain people, division is not a thing that people needs to stand on right now. And I feel that's one of the biggest things that is going on. Everyone's saying where they stand, whether there's ethnicity wise and all this, and that's where it goes wrong, I feel. uh so I don't even know whether I explained that right, but whatever. It's one of those ones where like you just, with YouTube, if you say the wrong thing, they go crazy. But like I said, like I said to people, my channel, I used to talk about a lot of stuff, and I literally morphed into something else. But at the same time, I still have moments where I go back to those sides where I want to talk about certain stuff. I would love to be on live every day where I can have discussions and debates and whatever. But sometimes life be life in, and you have to make time for those certain stuff. um in the mummy sector, one of the mummies was said that how they have to prep for food. I think I was told in the Netherlands they were prepping. I think over here they did have the prepping website at one time. Oh, I think it's still up. So they are literally getting people ready for whatever. However, my thing is the children coming up, the new babies, the new toddlers, the new youngsters, the new youth, whatever. That's one of the things that more worries me the most. But in the long run, it's it's itching times. It's itching times. Put it that way. So I'm not going to stay on here for long again. I just thought I'd pop back up as I put up the Hugh P. Newton's son talking. I didn't actually take all of the video because I'm gonna post these things. I might post these to channel. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. But he actually speaks a lot of good points. He speaks about where he stands on the spectrum. He's the one who gives authorizations on chapels and chapel. chapels of the Panthers. Because I've always wondered what's going on now. I mean, I know Fred Hampton's son is still around. Um, I always wondered about the Panthers' children as well. You know, and as he explained, being who he is, he was getting persecuted and stuff. And it's just interest. I feel just that little bit alone. I thought, wow, he actually spoke about most of the history of Oakland again. There was actually another lot too of youngsters that was part of the Black Panther Party that literally got a hospital to open to take care of people properly. I forgot their names right now. I used to know all this stuff, but like I said, it's good to know history. So when you hear it from certain places, then you understand what. So he's obviously given his authorization to the new Black Panther Party that is coming up, which he has said. Um, but if I see any disrespectful comments underneath the video, yes, I will be there removing it, because sometimes it's when there is injustice to people and people stand up, whether you disagree with them or not, how they do their stance, as long as it doesn't infringe on certain stuff. What I realized with the new Black Panther Party, it was able to reel off the law and reel off certain stuff to the ICE enforcer. Um, it was a standoff. To me, that's what I feel. But sometimes you just gotta be assured that sometimes certain actions have to be taken to make people not be afraid to go to school, colleges, whatever, because that's what's happening. Where they're literally people's on their way to work, they'll pick them up. People dropping off their children to school, they pick them up. People who are citizens, they'll pick them up. People who are not, as they say, don't have papers. So now it's like they're picking up any and anybody now. So when you're thinking, okay, it's just one particular type of ICE enforcer, they're of different ethnicities from what I'm seeing anyway. But I could be wrong, but it's one of is what I'm seeing, and I feel America's at its scariest time right now. Where I know, like I said, in certain states, certain places, even priest is coming out and vying for them. There being restaurateurs, a whole delivery driver. No, it's a DoorDash driver. A lady had to save the driver from them. Had to save the delivery driver from the ICE enforcers, and it's crazy. It's a crazy time. Okay, which I know I love saying it's a crazy time, but it is. So until my next live, I will see you later, and we'll have that talk, as they call the elephant in the room. But I don't know whether Lurka has spoken about it or not, because I did see her alive. I'm trying to find her live so I could go and listen to it. But it is huge what's going on. So with that said, I'm not going to stay on here long. No, I'm not going to prolong this live long. No, leave your comments underneath, as long as they're not disrespectful, out of order, underneath this live or any of the videos. That little slice that I took of Huey P. Newton's son talking, interesting to listen to. Interesting to me, and well, I don't know, maybe to others, but it's very interesting to listen to. And I'll see you in the next live. Take care. Bye.